All right, happy Sunday, guys. Going over some announcements for today. So again, live classes. This is our schedule for the next week. Still consistent times here. So have a look at here for the times. For the surveys, make sure you guys are letting us know what your input is on the classes. If you want us to keep going with the mind-body train, or if you want us to switch back to Zoom, let us know what the experience is like on the user end so we can dictate that. And then the 7 a.m. is another option for you guys that you want to do a workout before work. 7 a.m. is definitely an option that we can put into our classes, so let us know if that is something you'd be interested into in the surveys underneath the WOD description for each day. Last thing, guys, arrange your time to pick up anything from your cubbies. So if you have anything left over, if you want to use anything for your workouts or anything like that, make sure you pick that up. Just contact Eddie. His email is elaren@crossfitwaterloo.com. If you didn't catch that, you can check that up on our website or email one of us to forward you your request. Other than that, guys, I'm going to pass it over to Chris for the workout.
Okay guys, so for today's workout, we have a 20-minute workout today, so it sounds long, but you're resting for half of it, so it's a 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. So that means we want you to keep going for the full 30 seconds for all of these movements. And in each round, you want to try to match your numbers from the previous round. So we don't want to go lower as we get tired. You want to just keep that intensity going for the 30 seconds that you're actually working. The first movement is a Turkish Sit Up. That's a tongue twister there for y'all. On the right side. So you're just going to try to keep on moving on that right side. We'll go over that in the demo video. Great core movement. Next we have double unders. So for double unders, just try to get as many as you can in 30 seconds. If you guys don't have your double unders yet, you can do single skips, but you can't do double unders. This is perfect for you to just go practice the whole time for 30 seconds to try to get one. Maybe you get one, maybe you get 2 or 3 every 30-second interval. That's an awesome way to practice your double unders. Just remember to keep moving. So every time you trip up, just get moving right away again, trying to get into the next one. If you don't have ropes, the double tap hops are also a great option for that. Next we got the left side Turkish sit-ups. Then we got double unders again, and finally we got some hang power cleans. So for the hang power cleans, you can use an odd object from home. We'll go over that in the demo video. If you have a barbell, pick something where you can keep moving for the 30 seconds. So you don't want to go overly heavy where after 2 or 3 reps you're having a hard time hanging onto that bar. Pick something where for the full 30 seconds you can keep that barbell moving. Pass it over to Yash for the afterburner.
Alright guys, so once you've done that workout, cool down with the couch stretch. We're going to go 3 minutes per side. We've done this one before, so see if you can move around, do a different position. So whether that be to kind of get your chest up a little bit closer to the wall, play around with it, but again, it's kind of like active recovery here. Get yourself ready for the next week to come. We'll go into the warm-up next for more details.
Okay, so for today's warm-up, we're going to start off with a 3-minute skip or run or row or burpee segment. So the goal here is move at a steady, easy pace for 3 minutes, but get your body a little bit warmer. Start noticing that breath is starting to get a little bit deeper and deeper. After that, we're going to grab ourselves a PVC, and we're going to start off with 10 trunk rotations. So we're going to put that PVC on our back, and we're just going to rotate as far left to right as we can, trying to open through that trunk. Once you're done 10 of those per side, we're going to go for 10 side rotations. So we're just going back and forth, again, opening up through that trunk. Once you're done those 10, we're going to go for some pass-throughs. So for these 10, make sure from that side view we're keeping that rib cage tucked in tight, so our trunk is nice and locked out, shoulders are pinned together, and we're just going front to back, stretching out the shoulders. If you guys feel not too much of a stretch, you can go a little bit narrower with your grip, so we're coming a little bit closer and closer with the hands. And again, keeping the shoulders back and down, just going for that stretch. Once you guys are done 10 of those, in each one you can bring the hands a little bit closer and closer until you find that sticky point. we're gonna go for a Tabata. So a Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're gonna alternate with some overhead sit-ups using our PVC. So if you guys don't have an ab mat, you can use, you can roll up a towel or something like that for the lower part of your back. You're gonna start off on your back with that rib cage opened up around our ab mat. Hands are gonna be in the overhead position. And then as you guys come up into the sit-up, you're gonna lock that PVC out overhead. So I'm trying to keep my PVC straight over my body when I get to the top. After you're done 20 seconds of those, you rest 10. Next, we're gonna get into a 20 seconds of a gorilla row. So we're gonna use some plates today to demonstrate this movement. So we're gonna get our feet in a wider stance and our arms in between the width of our legs. And I'm just gonna fold forward, keeping my shoulder blades pinched together, my back, low back nice and flat. Head is in a neutral position, so I'm not looking forward, just keeping in a nice neutral position. As one arm extends, I'm gonna squeeze that elbow in towards my body, squeezing my back. I'm gonna alternate to the other side. And we're just gonna, as one arm goes down, the other arm goes up. We're just gonna do that for, again, 20 seconds. And then we're gonna rest for 10, and then we're gonna go back to the overhead sit-ups back and forth for 4 minutes. We'll see you in the workout.
All right, guys, so for the WOD again, 4 rounds, 30 seconds on, and then 30 seconds off of a movement. So we're gonna go over that Turkish sit-up. The Turkish sit-up, guys, we've done this before in our workouts and warm-ups, so still gonna go over that review on how to get yourself set up. So for the Turkish sit-up, guys, the side that you're holding your object on, switching that object 1 sec. So that side that you're holding that object on, make sure that knee is bent. The opposite leg is gonna be straight out at a 45-degree angle. From here, you're lying flat on the floor, arms straight overhead, locked out, looking at the object. Your opposite hand is out to the side, and what you're going to do is push up on that object and lean towards that palm and eventually get locked out on that palm. Still looking at that object, you're going to make your way down to the elbow, down to that shoulder, and then let that shoulder blade touch the floor. That's going to be 1 rep. You're going to be doing as many reps as you can on one side for that 30 seconds before you move on to the double unders. So if you have a rope, you guys can, again, as Chris mentioned, do your double unders here, single unders, or if you're in between, if you want to work on it, you guys can try to get as many double unders as you can. Even if it's 1, try to see if you can get 1 every 30 seconds there. You can also do your double tap hop, so jumping up, touching the sides twice, so tapping your sides twice, kind of mimicking the motion of that rope. So once you do the double unders, then you're gonna go back down to the floor, do your left side Turkish sit-ups, then back to the double unders after that 4th round. Last movement is that hang power clean. So I'm gonna show you something new with the kettlebell today. If you guys don't have a barbell or anything, if you're only limited to your kettlebell here, so definitely do your hang power cleans if you have a barbell or something that you can use just with both hands to get yourself in that front rack position. Another way to do it is with the kettlebell is instead of grabbing the handles from the top edge, grab the handles from the inside edge so the thumbs go in and you're wrapping your hands around. Stand up that deadlift. You're gonna bend at the knees so you're getting into that hang position, back is nice and flat. A little bit of a drive to the hips, and you're gonna drive your elbows up and get that kettlebell into your front rack position. So the only thing, guys, make sure when you're bringing that kettlebell up, you don't actually eat the kettlebell on the way up. Okay, so be controlled with that. Make sure you're bringing it up to your front rack position, and you're getting into a good hang position at the bottom. So you ease your back, chest is nice and tall, drive the hips, bring that kettlebell up to your front rack position. So you guys can use that as an option today for your hang power clean. So again, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of those 5 movements will be 20-minute total workout. See you guys next for the afterburner.
Okay, welcome everybody. Hope that workout was good. Hopefully you picked yourself up off the floor by now. So today's afterburn, we're going for a couch stretch. One of my favorite stretches, really good for targeting the hip flexor, also feeling it into the quad sometimes as well. I'm gonna show you guys just 3 progressions for today on the couch stretch. There's different ways you can do this one. I'm gonna show you the 3 that I like to go with because you'll know it's very obvious if you're progressing, if you're getting a little bit more mobility in those hips. So the first progression is you're just gonna start off with your knee butted up against the wall and the floor. From here, your other leg is on its knee. You can bring it out to the side more if you want, forward, play around a bit. More importantly, I'm thinking of pushing my hip down towards that floor, keeping my rib cage in. So if I'm overarching my back here, I'm gonna miss completely the point of feeling that stretch. It's not gonna really work. So I'm gonna get that rib cage down, squeeze my butt on that back leg, and push my hip to the floor. If I'm feeling pretty good of a stretch here, I can just hold it here. If I'm not feeling too much of a stretch, the next progression is to bring the other foot forward. Notice how I'm flat on my foot, on my heel. My shin is on a slight forward angle. That's where you want to be. From here, again, I'm going to think about rib cage down, and then I'm going to push my hip in towards that floor, keeping that core really tensioned up, squeezing my butt on that back leg. For myself, I can really feel a good stretch here. This is probably where I would stay for a little while. If you guys still feel like you can take a little bit more on, you can grab a table or a chair or a med ball, and you can actually prop yourself up. Again, rib cage down, squeezing my butt, pushing my hip forward, and I'm just holding that position. Notice how my knee is still butted in the corner of that wall. I notice with a lot of our classes here, guys, the tendency is to kind of let that knee slide away from the wall as you go into that stretch. That will change the stretch a little bit. For today, I want to challenge you guys to make sure your knee is staying up against that wall. Play with the first progression, then the second, then the third as you see fit. 3 minutes per side. Don't be afraid to get a little bit uncomfortable here today.